If you've been diagnosed with eczema, contact dermatitis, or some mystery rash that your doctor couldn't fully explain, and they handed you a steroid cream and sent you on your way, here's what you need to know. That rash might not be eczema at all. It might be a microbiome problem. And the steroid cream that your doctor gave you could be making it worse. Now, I know that's a bold statement, so let me explain. Now, we all know about the gut microbiome at this point. There's trillions of bacteria living in your digestive system that affects everything from your mood to your immune system. But what most people don't realize is that your skin has its own microbiome too. And when it gets disrupted, it can cause rashes, inflammation, and skin reactions that look exactly like eczema or an allergic reaction, but they're not. And the scary part is that most doctors aren't testing for this. They're looking at your skin, seeing inflammation, and treating the symptom, but they're not asking why it's happening in the first place. I found this out the hard way. I started a round of antibiotics, and a couple days later, started feeling really itchy on my wrists, arms, armpits, and my doctor was pretty confused about my so called allergy to this antibiotic and prescribed me a steroid cream. But I had this feeling that there was something deeper going on there. And once I figured out what it actually was and how to fix it, it changed how I think about my skin health entirely. I'm Sierra and I'm a functional medicine certified coach. I healed my own gut and thyroid issues naturally, and now I help other women do the same. I'm also the founder of The Aligned Feminine, a community designed to help women heal their gut and hormones naturally using functional medicine. I'll share more about that at the end. So by the end of this video, you're going to understand what the skin microbiome actually is, why your rash might be yeast and not eczema, why conventional soaps and steroid creams are making problems worse, and the exact protocol that I use to fix this both externally and internally. So let's dive in. So most of us have heard about the gut microbiome by now, but what most people don't realize is that your skin has a microbiome too. Your skin is home to literally trillions of microorganisms, including bacteria, fungi, viruses, and even mites. And just like your gut, they need to be in balance for your skin to be healthy. Your skin microbiome is actually your body's first line of defense. It's like a living shield. So when your skin microbiome is balanced, the good organisms crowd out the bad ones. They produce antimicrobial compounds that protect you from infection and help regulate your skin's pH, which should be around 4.5 to 5.5, which is on the slightly acidic side. And they also communicate with your immune system to help it distinguish between what's harmful and what's harmless. And when your skin microbiome is healthy, then your skin looks clear, it heals quickly, it doesn't react to everything, and it maintains that healthy glow. But when it gets disrupted, that's when problems start. And here's the thing. The symptoms of a disrupted skin microbiome look almost identical to eczema, contact dermatitis, and allergic reactions. So unless you have a holistic doctor that is really thinking about your microbiome, then they're probably going to miss this. And before I get into what happened to me specifically, I want you to know the signs that your skin microbiome might be imbalanced because it doesn't always show up as an obvious rash. So here are some signs to look for. Number one, persistent rashes, especially in your skin folds like your armpits, under your breasts, or groin area. Fungal acne, which looks like tiny uniform bumps, usually on your forehead, chest, or back. These don't respond to typical acne treatments. Things like dandruff or a flaky, itchy scalp, eczema that flares up seemingly out of nowhere, changes in your body odor because body odor is actually produced by your skin bacteria. So when those bacteria change, then your smell changes too. Also, skin that reacts to everything, like you suddenly can't tolerate products that you've been using for years, and slow wound healing. So if you're experiencing two or more of these, your skin microbiome could be part of the picture. And if that's the case and the root cause is a microbiome imbalance, then treating it like an allergy or eczema with steroid creams can actually make it worse. And I'll explain exactly why in a moment. So here's my story. I started taking some antibiotics. And as you probably know, antibiotics are designed to kill bacteria. But they're not selective. They don't just kill your bad bacteria causing the infection, they also kill your good bacteria too. So that includes your bacteria that lives on your skin. And within just 2 or 3 days after starting those antibiotics, I started to feel really itchy, like under my arms, my wrists, in my underarms. And so I went to my doctor, and she seemed pretty confused that I was having like what we thought was an allergic reaction to this antibiotic. So she prescribed me a steroid cream. Now, I had a feeling like there was something deeper going on here. I knew the skin also had a microbiome, so I had this feeling like maybe these antibiotics were throwing my skin microbiome just out of balance. Because when antibiotics wipe out your good skin bacteria, they create a vacuum. And what rushed in to fill that vacuum was yeast, specifically a yeast called Malassezia. Now, Malassezia is not an invader. It already lives on your skin naturally, so everybody has it. It's part of your normal skin flora. And under normal circumstances, it's actually kept in check by your good bacteria. These bacteria compete with the yeast for space and resources, and they produce compounds that keep the yeast populations low. But when antibiotics wipe out these bacteria, Malassezia has a field day because there's no competition anymore, so it multiplies rapidly, especially in warm, moist areas like the armpits, skin folds, the creases of your arms and legs. Maybe you're like me and you notice that when it gets hot during the summer, I start getting these rashes like in the skin folds of my arms and legs. This yeast overgrowth is what causes the rashes, the itching, and the inflammation. And that's exactly why steroid creams are the wrong move. Steroids reduce inflammation, which can make it look better temporarily, but they also suppress your local immune response. And your immune system is one of the things that was keeping that yeast in check. So by using steroid creams on a yeast overgrowth, you're suppressing the very defense your body needs to fight it. So you kind of get stuck in this vicious cycle of steroid cream, getting temporary relief, and then the yeast comes back even worse. You need more steroid cream, more suppression, leading to more yeast. And meanwhile, nobody's addressing the root cause here, which is the microbiome imbalance. And here's something that I learned the hard way. When you work out and sweat a lot, especially in a hot environment like hot yoga, this creates the perfect environment for yeast to flare up. So why is that? Number one, sweat changes your skin's pH. Remember, healthy skin pH is around 4.5 to 5.5. That's the slightly acidic range, but your sweat has a higher pH, somewhere around 6.3 to 7.5. So when you're sweating heavily, you're temporarily raising the pH of your skin, and that's making it less acidic, and that Malassezia yeast actually thrives in this less acidic environment. Second is the heat and moisture. Yeast loves warm, moist environments. That's why it tends to grow more in those skin folds in the first place. So when you're doing hot workouts, your entire body becomes warm and moist, which is like an all-you-can-eat buffet for this Malassezia yeast. And then third, the salt in your sweat, combined with friction from exercise, creates these little micro irritations that allows the yeast to penetrate deeper and trigger more inflammation. So if you're someone who works out regularly, especially in heated environments like hot yoga, and you're noticing skin flare-ups, then this could be why. So if that sounds like you, later in this video, I'm going to share with you my exact protocol so you can keep doing your hot yoga workouts without the skin flare-ups. And next, I want to talk to you about how your gut and your skin are deeply connected through what's called the gut-skin axis. This is a bidirectional communication pathway between your gut microbiome and your skin. So when one of them is off, then the other one is usually affected too. So when your gut microbiome gets disrupted, whether that's from antibiotics, poor diet, or stress, it can lead to increased intestinal permeability or what we call leaky gut. When you have leaky gut, all the toxins, the undigested food particles, the bacterial byproducts, they can leak into your bloodstream, and then your immune system mounts an inflammatory response. Now that systemic inflammation doesn't just stay in your gut, it shows up on your skin too. So if you have skin issues, especially skin issues that started after antibiotics, then you're likely dealing with a dual disruption. So your skin microbiome was directly disrupted, and then your gut microbiome was disrupted at the same time, which is causing this systemic inflammation that's making your skin even worse. And that's why skin conditions like eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, and acne are so strongly associated with gut issues. And that's why you can slather on all the creams and the serums in the world, but if your gut is a mess, then your skin is not going to fully heal. And the reverse is also true. When your gut is healthy and balanced, your skin tends to clear up almost as a side effect. I see this all the time with my clients. Women come to me for gut health, and then they're shocked when their skin starts to improve too. Now I want to talk about something that most people don't even think about, and that's how your normal body wash could be making things worse. Now remember, your skin has that natural pH of about 4.5 to 5.5. That slightly acidic environment is one of the ways that your skin keeps bad organisms in check. It's called the acid mantle, and it's a thin protective film on the surface of your skin. Now, most conventional soaps and body washes are alkaline, so their pH is usually somewhere between 9 and 11. So every time you shower with a conventional body wash, you're stripping away that protective acid mantle. And that creates an environment where yeast and pathogenic bacteria can flourish. And it's not just the pH. Most body washes contain surfactants that strip your skin's natural oils. They contain fragrances and preservatives that further disrupt your skin microbiome. And some contain antibacterial agents like triclosan that can actually kill your good skin bacteria. So if you're dealing with a disrupted skin microbiome, your daily shower could be making it worse. And if you're then going to the gym or doing hot workouts on top of that, you're hitting your skin with a double disruption every single day. So let me share with you exactly what I used to rebalance my skin microbiome. I'm going to break it down into two parts. First, what I did externally, and then what I did internally to support healing from the inside out. So let's start with the external. The product that made the biggest difference for me externally was the Kolorex Intimate Wash. Now, the bottle might say vaginal care wash or feminine body wash, but either way, it's the same thing. Even if it does say vaginal, you can use it all over your body, which is what I do. It's pH balanced. The active ingredient in Kolorex is an extract from a plant called Horopido, which is native to New Zealand. And Horopido contains something called polygodial, which has been shown in research to have very powerful antifungal properties, specifically against candida and other yeasts. And it works by disrupting the yeast cell membrane. So yes, this works really great, especially if you get recurrent yeast infections, then definitely pick up this product. I'll include a link to my full protocol with a 15% discount below. Kolorex is gentle enough to use every single day as your primary body wash. It cleans without stripping away the protective environment that your good bacteria need, and it doesn't dry out your skin. So that way you're not just swapping out one harsh product for another, you're actually supporting your skin microbiome while keeping the yeast in check. As I mentioned, I use this every day from head to toe, and especially after hot yoga, this is the first thing I reach for in the shower to get that sweat off and rebalance my skin right away. The second product that I use externally is hypochlorous acid. This one is interesting because hypochlorous acid is actually something that your own body makes. Your white blood cells produce it as part of your immune response to kill pathogens. So when you apply it topically, you're essentially giving your skin more of what it already uses to defend itself. Hypochlorous acid is antimicrobial, so it kills bacteria, viruses, and fungi on contact. And unlike harsh antiseptics or antibiotics, it doesn't disrupt your skin microbiome. It selectively targets pathogens while leaving your good bacteria relatively unharmed. It also reduces inflammation and supports wound healing, which is helpful if you have irritations or cuts. And if you're dealing with acne, this works well too because it kills the bacteria that causes breakouts without drying out your skin. So I spray this directly on my face and body 2 or 3 times a day, before my workouts, after showering, and even before bed. It doesn't sting and it doesn't have a harsh smell. Both the Kolorex wash and hypochlorous acid spray are available on my full script dispensary. I'll include a link to that below this video with the 15% discount. Now, as I mentioned, it's important to address your internal microbiome too, because it's connected to your gut through the gut-skin axis. So if you only treat your skin externally, but don't address what's happening internally, you're only getting half the picture. So let's go over this. First is Saccharomyces boulardii, or S. boulardii for short. S. boulardii is a beneficial yeast, and that's a good thing because it means that it competes with harmful yeasts for the resources in your gut. So it helps to crowd them out, and it also supports your gut's immune response and helps restore the balance of your gut bacteria after antibiotics. And because it's a yeast and not a bacteria, it's actually not affected by antibiotics. So if you're currently on antibiotics or you've recently finished a course of them, then S. boulardii is one of the best things that you can take either alongside or immediately after to help prevent the kind of microbiome disruption that happened to me. All right, next is zinc. Zinc is essential for your skin health. It plays a critical role in wound healing, it supports your immune function, and it has anti-inflammatory properties. But what a lot of people don't know is that zinc also has antifungal properties. It helps regulate the activity of your immune cells that fight yeast and fungal infections. And it supports the integrity of your skin barrier, which is exactly what you need when your skin microbiome has been disrupted. Now, many women are already deficient in zinc, especially if you have gut issues, because zinc absorption depends on having a healthy gut lining, so supplementing can help you on multiple fronts. And finally, omega-3 fatty acids. We've talked about omega-3s for gut repair, but they're equally important for your skin. Omega-3s reduce systemic inflammation, which is a major driver of skin issues when your gut is compromised. They support the integrity of your cell membranes, including your skin cells, and they help regulate your immune response, so it's not overreacting to things that aren't actually threats. So if you're dealing with skin inflammation, omega-3s can help calm that response from the inside out. Again, I've linked this entire protocol inside my full script dispensary with a 15% discount applied automatically. The link is below this video. So once you click the link, you'll need to create an account. And then once you create your account, you'll be able to see a list of all these products I recommended, and you can pick and choose which ones you would like. Now, I want to point out something I found to be very interesting. Inside of my community, the Aligned Feminine, I asked them what video they'd like me to create next, and I was surprised that so many women wanted me to talk about eczema. I thought this would be the least popular vote and that I was one of the very few who had experienced this issue. So what that tells me is that what happened to me is not unique. Millions of people take antibiotics every year, and many of them develop skin issues afterwards without ever connecting the two. They end up on steroid creams and dermatology appointments, chasing symptoms without ever addressing the root cause. And it's not just antibiotics, there are so many things in our modern world that disrupt our skin microbiome. Things like overwashing with harsh soaps, hand sanitizer, chlorinated water, hot workouts, environmental toxins, and even stress can alter your skin microbiome through the gut-skin axis. So here are some practical things that you can do going forward. First, be thoughtful about antibiotics. Sometimes, of course, they're necessary and they save lives. But ask your doctor if they're truly needed. And if you do take antibiotics, then start the S. boulardii alongside them and support your microbiome recovery immediately. Second, replace your body wash. Ditch the conventional soaps that are stripping your acid mantle. Something like the Kolorex wash can be your everyday body wash while also keeping yeast in check. It's a simple swap that makes a big difference. Third, don't overwash. You don't need to scrub every inch of your body with soap every day. Your armpits, groin, and feet, yes. But your arms and legs, water is usually enough. Overwashing is one of the biggest disruptors of the skin microbiome. Fourth, if you do hot workouts, shower as soon as possible afterwards with a pH-balanced wash and dry thoroughly, especially in the skin folds. Fifth, support your gut. The gut-skin axis means that your gut health directly impacts your skin. If your gut microbiome is healthy, then your skin microbiome is much more resilient. And sixth, eat a diverse whole foods diet. Just like your gut bacteria, your skin bacteria benefit from eating diverse foods. The more plant foods you eat, the more diverse your microbiome tends to be, both in your gut and on your skin. Now, for those of you who want support and would like to go deeper into healing your gut and hormones naturally, I want to invite you to join my community, The Aligned Feminine. Inside, we have the Gut Reset Challenge, where I walk you through the complete 5R framework for gut healing step by step. We have monthly group coaching clinics where you can ask me questions directly, and we have a community of women who are on the same journey of healing from the inside out. I'll drop the link in the description below. Finally, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up so more women dealing with mystery skin issues can find it. Because nobody should have to keep using steroid creams to cover up their symptoms when they can address the root cause. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.